So in April of 2020, it was discovered that I had a place in my ear. Janet discovered it one morning. We didn't know for sure what it was, so because of COVID, we weren't able to get in to see a doctor at that point in time. We were finally able to do so in July of 2020, at which time I had a diagnosis of melanoma in my ear. So when we got that news, I obviously was stunned. It was not the kind of diagnosis we wanted or had hoped for and prayed for, quite frankly. It created a certain amount of fear. In my November meeting with the surgeon, when he gave us all the other negative news, he also told us that if I didn't have the surgery and if I didn't have the immunotherapy, I had less than 12 months to live.
Pastor Frost, the very next day, on November 23rd, 2022, sent out his routine email that he sends out quarterly to Providence members. And I sent him an email, and I told him that we had received that email was so encouraging because we'd received some devastating news about Roger's ear, and he said, "How can I help? What can I do?" And it was the most wonderful time of prayer, the sweetest, fervent prayer, and a great time in the Lord with those elders and Pastor Frost praying over not just Roger, but over me and our journey together with this melanoma process. And we thank them for that. And we had so many wonderful prayer warriors at other churches, our neighbors, friends, relatives, people praying for us.
And even though we believed a miracle could take place, it was seeing the results and it happening so quickly was a little bit just hard to take in because we hear about miraculous healings in the Bible. We know what Jesus did. We know how he healed people, and those were kind of instantaneous healings, but healing comes in multiple forms. It's not just instant always. It can be through the efforts of others, doctors and other people, or in the worst case scenario, that if for some reason it wasn't his plan for us to survive what was going on, I knew that there would be healing on the other side with him.
We definitely know that there's been some folks that have been touched by the story of Roger's ear and his healing. And because we are saying this is Jesus the healer, and they've been able to witness it in person to see what's happened, because God has orchestrated it such that it doesn't point to us. It doesn't point to anyone else, a pastor or an elder or a deacon or no one who's prayed, a doctor. It points to him.
I think a real key is to never stop believing, never stop trusting, never stop having the faith. We know he can, we just don't know his plan, and that's true for all of us. And that has to be our focus each and every day.